Hi everyone. So did anyone watch First Dates last night? So I know that I've done First Dates review already, but I just had to come back and do another one because yesterday's was really entertaining. Now, First Dates is a program on Channel 4 where obviously people are meeting each other for the first time. So it's blind dates. The producers will set up people who they think are a match based on what people say they're looking for. So yesterday was a really interesting one because you had a woman who is a Hare Krishna. She's a Hare Krishna member. She lives in a temple. She is fully into it. You can see she was dressed in that way. She had little face paintings and stuff. She was really spiritual. And then she was matched with someone who he considers himself to be spiritual. He said he hugs trees. He was wearing a skirt. And I'm not talking, a kilt or even a religious type skirt. He was wearing a proper skirt that you'd buy like from M&S or something, a female skirt. But it suited him. He was gorgeous. He had his man bun. He was very calm. So I think on paper, those two would be a match. So the problem with the Hare Krishna lady, I can't remember what her name was, is that she came in there too hard with like, this is my religion. She said something to him when he was talking about liking meat. She said, why don't you just eat a person? And I just thought that was very confrontational. He was kind enough to, like, when she ordered her vegan meal, he said, I'll wait a few minutes for my meal to be cooked so that we can eat together. And then she just said to him, she doesn't understand why people eat meat. Why don't you just eat a human being? I thought that was very confrontational, and he was a bit taken aback. But then when they were talking about spirituality, his spiritual level, he was saying, compared to where she is. But then I think at the end, she said, when he said the reason they don't want to see each other again, he said he felt like he heard more about Hare Krishna and her religion than he heard about her, and he didn't get to know who she is. And she turned around and said, Hare Krishna is my whole life. And she said, no, I wouldn't date myself. And I just thought that was a weird thing to say, because if you're going on a dating show that you know is on TV, that you know is very commercial, that you know the type of person they're going to try and match you, but it's not going to be the exact. Why would you say, I wouldn't date myself? That is saying really that you're not ready to date, or that the type of person you're looking for is not going to be found on that show. So what is the point? So I just thought that was a bit weird, because they were a match on paper, and even looks wise, they look good together. Even Fred said that, but she wasn't there. She was not, I didn't think she was present. She was just preaching to him about her religion. She was just in that place where I think if she found someone who, wanted to live in the temple with her, she'd be fine. But if she didn't, she'd be fine as well. So no. The other couple, there was a gay couple, black male gay couple. I didn't watch that till the end. But one thing I did notice is they both looked too similar. You had a black man, dark-skinned with dreads, and then you had another black man that was meeting him, dark-skinned, same skin colour with dreads. They're dressed similar. If you saw them walking down the street, they would look like they were brothers or they were related in some way. And I think when gay couples, or any couple mainly, but with gay couples, they're not looking for someone who is going to look similar to them, like not to that degree. They're usually looking for someone who's quite opposite looks-wise, or there's like compatibility. I don't know in terms of the conversation. I heard that one of them said that he was in a relationship for 17 years and that person passed away. I went to bed, so I don't know what the outcome was for that. And then the third couple was interesting because the woman did one of the things which I've mentioned in my other videos about what you shouldn't normally do, and that is to boast or talk a lot about your flaws or something negative. She said, I'm a control freak, about 20 times. She said it in her introduction. She said it to him. She just kept going, I'm a control freak, I'm a control freak. And I was thinking, what's the purpose of that? Why are you sort of saying that over and over again? And something we need to do, I suppose, maybe some of it is either sabotage, sometimes it's testing the person. But me personally, I don't want to go on a date where someone is just talking about the thing that is their flaw, or they view that as a weakness, because I don't understand what's the purpose of that. Luckily it worked, because I think they still had the couple. She was dating an Italian man on the date. He was very gentlemanly. He had a lot of charisma. And I think because she was quite feminine in her energy, and apart from saying I'm a control freak over and over again, they had a good date. Even they left and both said they had a good date. So I think that's why they were a match, and they looked good together. They walked off together, and it was a very, it was an old-fashioned date. in the sense of, like, you know, when you think about dating, someone comes, they bring flowers, they have a nice little chat, they don't reveal too much. She didn't go too deep about her story, he didn't go too deep. And I think, yeah, they made a match. So I want to know what everyone else thinks. You know, have you been watching First Dates? What do you think about it? It's one of my favourite programmes, even though I don't watch it all the way through because it is on quite late as well. But yeah, that's First Dates from yesterday evening.